Hello, everybody. Welcome to the AIDD Early Access launch. Apologies for that quick delay. We had a little technical issue, but we are now live. My name is Daniel Kelly. I am the lead instructor here at AIDD. I also teach Vue.js over at Vue School. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be here with you and share with you a little bit about what to expect if you're thinking about purchasing the AIDD course. We think there's a lot that we have learned along the way making the course, and a lot that we have learned, the team has learned in their own development workflows within the past couple years that we're just super excited to share with everyone. So what exactly is today all about? Am I going to teach you how to do AI-driven dev from top to bottom in this next hour? No, but what I am going to do is really help you understand what's involved in the AIDD Masterclass, right? So this is kind of our agenda for today. I'll start off just by answering any general questions you have. That is the main point of this call. When you get to buy a new piece of footwear, you get to go to the store and try it on first, see how it feels, make sure make sure it fits your foot and it's comfortable. That's kind of what this live stream is about. It's getting you comfortable and well acquainted with our product, with our course, because we want it to fit you and benefit you. So I want to start by answering any questions that you have. Feel free to go ahead and put any of those questions in the chat at any point in time throughout the day. I should be able to answer most of those. If we do get a lot in, I might have to skip a few. We'll see, but I will try to answer any questions that are placed in the chat. We are streaming on both Twitter we're streaming on X, and we're also streaming on YouTube. We should be able to get comments from both of those places coming into our feed here. But if you find yourself posting on Twitter, responding in Twitter, and you don't get an update, you don't see your questions answered, then head on over to the YouTube link, and I know for sure that we can get them there. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off by answering some questions, continue to answer those questions along the way throughout our entire time together. I'll give you a quick look at what we already have published on the platform, and then I'll give you a look about what we're still currently working on and what you can look forward to being released within the next few weeks, and then on into the future as we grow the library more and more. After that, we'll peek into some code from the RAG course that I personally have been working on, as well as the turbo mode course that my colleague Justin Schrader has been working on. We also have another expert instructor who has been doing an excellent job creating a course all about reusable AI agents. His name is Garrison. I won't share any code from his course in particular today, but I will show you some previews and where you can find more information about that. Finally, we'll take a look at what options are available for purchasing. There are several different ones, several different options. And then at the end of our time together, I'll just answer any remaining questions that you have. So that's what the agenda looks like for today. If we get through that in 20 minutes, so be it. If we get through that in an hour and 20 minutes, so be it as well. We're all here for you and to make sure that you best understand what you're getting when you purchase the AIDD Masterclass. So yeah, here we go. Let's start answering the questions that we have in the chat. So Oliver, let me share this on stage here. Great. Oh, I love the photo. So Olivier, if I do pronounce that wrong, I apologize. Ask, hi, how much does the course cost? I don't see prices on your homepage. All right, let's actually go ahead and just take a quick look at that now, since the question is out there. All right, so we have published prices. Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so my voice might crack a little bit. I promise I'm not a teenager. Uh, so we have published our prices now on the web page, and there are three different pricing options. So first of all, we have our starter pack. This is starting at 45% off, costs 270 US dollars. It's normally 495 US dollars, but for right now, and just for a very limited time, okay, um, only during the first 2 days, if you purchase any plan, you'll get the AI powered. Oh, okay. So yeah, you do. If you purchase within the first 2 days, you get this extra ebook all about how to use AI to craft standout portfolios, write irresistible case studies, and ace interviews. Okay. But this price here is for a limited time as well. I'm not exactly sure how long that's going to be, so you need to jump on it as soon as you can. Okay. So it's $270 for the starter pack. What does that involve? Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Olivier. That is strange that you cannot see the prices yet. I will report that to the technical team just after this little conversations. But yeah, glad to know the pronunciation was okay. Okay, so what all is involved in the starter pack? Well, you get lifetime access. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, in this starter pack, you're going to get lifetime access to the foundational 4 courses. So those 4 courses, let me zoom out here just a little bit and come back right up here. So those 4 courses are these right here. The Future Proof Dev, which is kind of like a high level intro into using AI in web development. Like it answers questions like, how could AI be useful at a very high level? Like, can I use it to help me write unit tests? Can I use it to help me write API endpoints? Can I use it to help me write regular expressions? And of course, the answer to a lot of those is yes. But then it goes and you actually dabble with and play with AI to generate some of those things. And then we show you the different levels, which is this kind of pyramid you see right here, the different levels at which you can adopt AI into your workflow. Okay. What that means is, how do you end up interacting with the AI? Is it all in a browser-based chat? Do you use a co-pilot in your IDE where it just kind of auto-completes for you? Or have you really upped your game and started using AI agents? That is, agents in your IDE or in the command line that write code for you, write to files, read from files, run commands, and things like that. And then we even go into showing you autonomous agents, agents that can run in the background, that run in parallel. Okay. And in this course, it's all just kind of this high level overview of what is possible. After that, we move on to course number 2 called Turbo Mode, Optimizing Productivity with AI Tools and Agents. Okay, in this course, we get a little bit more granular. It's less about this high level overview, and it's more about really practical steps to help you better wield AI agents in your daily workflows. Okay, so things you can learn in this course include things like how to choose the right AI agent for you, keeping up with the AI landscape. This turned out to be a really super nice video. I really love this because it's a fast paced world that we're living in terms of AI, and knowing what resources are available to keep up with that are really important. But it goes into how to best utilize some rules files to keep your agents on track with your project specific guidelines. Talks about using MCPs to give your agents access to more tooling, give them eyes with things like the Puppeteer server and MCP server and things like that. Okay, so Turbo Mode is really about getting a little bit more granular and a little bit more detailed with specific ways you can be more productive with agents. Course number 3 is all about automating agents. Okay, it's about workflows that kind of trigger themselves at the proper times. Okay, so a lot of times you are doing coding, right? You're actively doing something. But the power of AI is that it has the ability to automate some of the things that you actively respond to. Things like actively having to go and check PRs and do code reviews and make fixes yourself. That's one thing that's covered in this course. Setting up workflows so that your PRs automatically get reviewed by an AI agent, and then even have that AI agent produce recommendations to improve the code for you, and other strategic automations such as that. So for instance, we have a video here on setting up CodeRabbit and getting it to be your AI reviewer. We have a video about building a documentation writer that triggers at specific strategic times, and other things such as that. Okay. And then finally, in this starter package, so the starter package, remember, consists of these 4 courses. The last course in the starter package is RAG for real world AI applications. In this course, you kind of take a step beyond just utilizing AI to increase your productivity, but you actually start to put AI as a feature in your end user products. Okay. RAG is a way to augment AI's knowledge with proprietary information or information specific to your company. Basically, things that these general AI agents like ChatGPT just don't have. They just weren't trained on that kind of data. So it makes AI really useful for specific use cases, like internal AI bots. So you can ask about company policies or things like that. And so in this course, we actually build using AI agents, mind you. We actually use AI-driven development during the course, to build up the code base. But during the course, we build this really cool MDN docs chatbot. So you can ask specific questions about the MDN JavaScript docs and get answers back that have links to the exact place where it's referencing that thing in the in the actual MDN docs. So it's pretty cool what is possible with RAG. But the other really cool thing about this course is that you're learning how to integrate AI into your apps, but you're also, as we move along, building one-on-one together. You're actually learning kind of how to work side by side with AI to build the app, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that is package number 1. Looking at my comments here. Excuse me. I'm going the wrong direction. Sorry, y'all. All right, so that is the first thing that is available in package number 1 in the starter pack. You also get a personal certificate of completion for each course. So we want you to be able to prove to your employer or to potential employers that you went through this thing. You have the knowledge to utilize AI in your everyday workflow and work smarter, right? Also gives you exclusive access to our developer community. So we have a developer community called NextGenDev. I can give you a quick sneak peek about what that looks like. Let me pull that up here. One moment. Okay, so this is our NextGenDev community. It's a space where you can chat with other people in our forum. You can talk about the courses. You can talk about general AI resources. You can talk about, tooling tips and things that you have learned yourself and learn from others. So you get access to this forum, to a news page where we just kind of share updates and tips and tricks and things like that. And of course, to the actual courses as well. I'm not going to click that because I have well, you know what? I can click that here. So here are those 4 starter pack courses that I was just talking about. These are not fully released at this time, except for the first course. It does have the entirety of the lessons available. The second course has about 75% of the lessons already published. The third course currently has 2 of the lessons published out of about 13. But all of those lessons are 100% recorded. They're just going through our editing process, and we'll have those up very, very shortly. Same thing for the RAG for Real World Applications course. It currently has 4 videos, 4 lessons published, with another 13, 14 videos currently in editing to be released within the next week or so. All right, so that is our community platform, as well as how you would access the courses. And of course, all this comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. We're so sure that you will enjoy what you like or enjoy what you see, and we're so sure that you'll get something out of it. Yeah, we're not going to be these weird people who just take your money and run. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee to ensure that you get the value that you paid for. Okay. Extra bonuses for this starter pack. You do get 2 months free of Warp Pro. This is a AI-powered CLI tool. It's like a terminal. Like, think about your Mac terminal or PowerShell on Windows. Warp is an AI-powered one. So you do get 2 months free of that with this package, as well as a $100 credit for Neon. All right. The next package that is available is the complete package. By the way, the prices that I'm showing to you, excuse me, the prices that I'm showing to you right now are US prices. Perhaps I could get a comment from one of my colleagues in our internal chat, because I believe what I'm about to say is correct, but they can correct me if I am wrong, and I will let you know what their response is. But we do have some pricing parity stuff set up for this so that you get a fair price no matter where you are at in the world. Okay. Please, internal team, shoot me a message if I am incorrect about that. Yeah, perfect. So I do have confirmation. We do have PPP set up, and we also have support for students. All right. So the next package that is available is the complete package. Now, this also, all of these are 45% off at this time for a limited time. So this one cost $545, originally $995. So what's included in this one? Well, everything in the starter pack, but also lifetime access to all 7+ in-depth courses within AIDD. So the 4 courses that you saw already outlined are only the first 4. We're planning 7 in total. And the last 3 are currently a work in progress, but you can see, let me just open this up in a new tab here. You can see, get an idea of what those courses are going to include on our landing page. So here's course number 4. So course number 5 is going to be all about using AI for automated testing and UI design. We think there are some, kind of special niche things to learn when it comes to using AI for those particular use cases. So we have a complete course dedicated just to that. We're also going to talk about managing AI costs and managing risk for web developers in a course. So this course is going to be all about trying to keep your costs low when you're working with AI as an assistant, but also as you're working with AI within your apps, right? Using AI as a feature of your apps. And we're also going to be talking about how to reduce your risk of certain attack vectors with AI. because there are plenty of them out there. And then finally, we're going to kind of have this big wrap up course where you build an AI first application from scratch. It'll be kind of like the RAD course where you really get hands on and build something with your own two hands and integrate AI into it. But it'll be a little bit more complex project and not necessarily focused on RAG. So in that, you'll learn how to really master things like the AI SDK, okay, things like practicing those agentic workflows that we've taught throughout the rest of the course, and then learning some patterns for better integrating AI into your apps. Okay. All right. That is package number 2 here. So that's all 7 courses. You also get a seat at our live kickoff workshop, a seat also at our Building Smarter Web Apps with LLMs live workshop. This is another live workshop that you'll get in addition to what the actual courses are. So this will be kind of like we're doing now, a live session, but there'll actually be some hands-on coding opportunities there as well. Special discounts on future Bitter Brains products. Plus, this is really cool, a personal certificate of completion for each course, plus 1 for the entire program. So you can say really specifically, hey, I'm good at doing RAG, or I have a good general knowledge of AI and how I can use it as a developer, or I'm really great at agentic workflows. But not only that, I'm really great at a lot of different AI things, right? So you get a certificate for everything. This also includes that exclusive access to our developer community, and of course the 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as the extra bonuses and a limited time early bird free mid-level certification of your choice. Okay, so we all know that AI isn't here to replace developers. It's not here to replace our skill sets, right? Is here to improve our skill sets. Traditional development skills are still absolutely needed. And so that's why we here at Bitter Brains also have another brand called certificates.dev, where we allow you to validate your development skills in certain technologies like React, Vue.js, JavaScript, and things like that. So with this package, you get a free certification voucher to take one of those exams and validate your development skills that complement your AI development skills to potential employers. Okay. All right. Finally, the last package we have here is our Elite package. It is also 45% off. Okay. For right now, it's $1,370, but originally $2,495. So big savings there. Of course, you get access to all the things in the other packages, right? However, you also get one-on-one personalized productivity audit of your actual setup. So we'll have an expert from our team kind of audit some of your processes. You'll give us an overview of some things that you do, and we will give you some tips and some hints from our expert experience about how to improve those processes. You'll also get a seat at an exclusive 2-day workshop that is even more in depth than our Building Smarter Web Apps workshop called Production Grade AI Systems. You'll get access to our insiders community. Okay, you'll get access to white glove support from our team. So extra, very fast response times, extra care, things like that, of course, and early access to new features, content, future events, so on and so forth. Okay, so yeah, it includes all the other things there as well that were included in the other packages and all those same bonuses. All right, so that answers the questions. I think about how much does it cost, what packages are available. Do we have any other questions in the chat? Okay. Here is a great question. So Abby asks, what jobs can we get, and is it available in Australia? So jobs that you could get this with this masterclass, it does assume that you have development skills already. Okay, so I wouldn't come into this course with zero development experience. It assumes that you already know, some front end knowledge. It assumes you kind of know HTML, JavaScript a little bit, CSS, things like that. And the goal of the course is to prepare you to still be extremely competitive in the roles that you're currently either vying for or the roles that you currently have, and you want to get promoted or move up the ladder in order to get a raise. So of course the other big benefit here is it's an unfortunate thing, but the news is absolutely undeniable. You can see it in the news programs that you watch. You can see it in the blog posts that you read. A lot of very large tech companies are laying off technical people, right? And it's because they're getting more done with AI. And so the jobs that you can land with this course are really about landing the same jobs that we were shooting for before, but being more competitive, actually having a better chance of landing those jobs because you're on the cutting edge and because you can work faster than those in the previous generation, right? So yeah, you can get jobs, traditional development type jobs, things like where you're building interfaces for SaaS products, things like where you're managing technical infrastructure for some kind of enterprise level company, all those kind of things that traditional development is about. But this is to give you that cutting edge about kind of where the field is going, because it's changing fast. All right. Is this course available in Australia? Yes, I am 99% sure that is the case. Once again, if my support team has anything to say otherwise, please let me know. But yeah, it definitely is supported. Most of our products are globally supported everywhere. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Great. Getting in. Yeah, perfect. Got confirmation from my team. There are no limitations for access in Australia. So that is great. All right. Let me see here. Just checking to see if we're getting any other comments that aren't flowing into my feed properly here. Great. Okay. So let me take a quick sip of tea here. Let's see, how much time do we have left? That was all on almost all on one question. But it was part of the plan to go through those anyway. So thank you very much, Oliver, for that question. Very pertinent. All right. So next thing on my list here was answering questions, then take a look at what's already published and what's coming. We did a little bit of that already. So now let's peek into a little bit of code from the RAG course, and then peek into a little bit of code from the Turbo Mode course, and let's just kind of see a little glimpse of what we're offering here. So if I start up my dev server, so this is inside of the RAG course. And let's open this up in the browser. This is currently in development, so hopefully it's in a good state. We're we're streaming live, so of course it would probably be broken at this point, but I don't think it is. All right. So this is the MDN chatbot that we're building in the course. You can ask it different questions. We have created embeddings for most of the JavaScript portion of the MDN docs just to save on tokens. We didn't create embeddings for like the entire documentation site. So let me ask a question about the MDN docs. So I'm going to say, what's an example given by the MDN docs about declaring variables? Okay, hit enter. It'll think for just a moment. It'll stream the response in. And then we get this nice example directly from the MDN docs stating that variables in JavaScript can be declared in several ways. And here are some examples. Okay, so we can use var, we could use let, we could use const, and check it out. This is the cool part. This is the really cool part. Here is exactly where that is in the docs. And sure enough, it takes you to declaring variables in the docs. This is what it's telling you to do. You can use the var keyword, or you can use the const and let keyword. And so this is knowledge over and beyond just what the AI was originally trained on. Sure, it's probably trained on tons of information about JavaScript from across the web, right? But in this case, we're actually feeding it very specific documents to answer questions about. So these don't have to be publicly available documents. These could be documents like the MDN docs. It's just what I chose to use because it was easy to grab those, clean them, and chunk them, and and then make embeddings for them. But this could be any kinds of docs whatsoever, right? And so what we do is we actually augment this response from the AI bot with those docs, with relevant portions of those docs. By relevant, I mean docs that are relevant to the question that was asked. All right. And we augment our request to the AI with that and give it the ability to produce these citations. So here we get a link to that place in the documentation, but we also see the different sources that were used to make the determination of, hey, what documentation from the MDN docs actually applies to this request. And so this is just one example in our course of how we utilize AI inside of the app. But take a look at this. Where is here is my chat history here. Okay. And you can see from some of my past chats here we go, view all. You can see from some of my past chats that we actually use an agentic workflow. We use AI to generate most of the code in this project for us. So you can see right here, I've created a new chat saying create embeddings using the AI SDK and Voyage. Create a script for embedding queries. So most of this app, some of it took a little manual intervention, but some of it we go through and use AI agents to generate most of the code for us, and it works quite well. And I show you how to do that in the course, as well as break down the process of what an actual RAG pipeline looks like. Okay, so this is just one example of some of the cool things you'll get to build inside of the course. Another really cool example comes from the turbo mode course. Let me boot up this dev server here. Let me shut this one down. Okay. And then I'll boot up this one. By the way, I'm using this really cool little tool called Knee. I think that's called Knee. Yeah, it's called Knee from Anthony Fu. Anyways, it's just a shortcut for some of the npm and PM commands. But the cool thing is it actually just kind of reads. It sees the certain package manager files within the project, and it automatically chooses which one of those package managers it should use when actually running those commands. So, and just a little side tip there. It's pretty cool. I like it. But let's take a look at the app that we build in course number 2, or at least that we work with in course number 2. So this is this really cool time zone app. You can see that it's consists of a bunch of SVGs and things like that, the display, and it's very interactive. You can hover over different parts of the world and see what time zone is in that part of the map. You can click on it and then see the current time in that time zone. So the cool thing about this is during Justin's demonstration of putting this little app together, he uses a very particular time library that he actually created. It's a part of the FormKit sphere of libraries that are out there. And he shows you how you can use rules files, specifically in the case of his video, a claude.md rules files, to make sure it follows the conventions that he prefers when working with time. And you can see that right here inside of his code base. So right here we have a claude.md, and we've got this rules file that he walks you through and shows you how he put it together and how he even used AI to help him keep it clean and not have conflicting information in it, okay? In order to make sure that it knew, most of all, that the day.js or the timing operations used a very specific plugin, okay? Use a very specific timing library. So he walks you through this and shows you how those rules files can be so helpful and how you can keep them clean and how you can make them work best for you. Okay. Are there any other questions for the chat? I think that's the biggest two little things I wanted to show you from the course. Excuse me. One other, let me show you really quickly on the webpage here. You can actually get a preview of individual lessons within these courses for free. So for example, the Mastering Reusable AI Workflows for Real-World Development course, which is taught by Garrison Snelling. Here you can watch the first 2 videos of that course 100% for free on the website. And the same thing goes for all of the other courses as well that we already have content for. So one other way to try before you buy and make sure that it's what you're looking for. All right. Are there any other questions? Let's see. One second. All right, just grabbing some information from a team member here. All right. This is weird. It's I'm I'm seeing myself in the past, like a minute ago in another tab here on YouTube. So I'm a little ADD, not AIDD. I'm a little ADD, but I'm also a little AIDD too, I think. Okay. I don't see any more questions coming in, and I don't have any other content really prepared for you all. So I'm going to give it just maybe 1 more minute, maybe 2 more minutes to wait for any other courses, or excuse me, to wait for any other comments or questions, because I certainly don't want to miss any of those questions. Okay, one more here. So Olivier asks, how long does it take to get through the course? This is a really good question. So the course, okay, so when I say the AIDD Masterclass, it's really more of a collection of courses, right? It's those 7 courses. So in order to get through an individual course, it's going to take you, like the first course, I believe, is like maybe an hour, maybe closer to hour and a half, but really around an hour. It's not that long. The second course is between an hour and a half and 2 hours. The third course is, I haven't got all the edited videos back from that yet, so I'm not sure exactly how long it'll be once everything is edited down, but it's like around the hour and a half to 2 hour range. Somewhere in there. The RAD course, I think, is going to be closer to around 2 hours, maybe 2.5. So every course you can definitely ingest in, in a single afternoon. That is, taking your time and kind of following along and pausing to make sure you best understand things. Like you could binge watch it all probably, within a weekend, at least for the first 4 courses. But in order to truly ingest it and to practice some of it, yeah, I mean, you could probably do each individual course, you know, for a night, right? Or for the second half of the day at work or something like that. For the entire thing, I imagine the last 3 courses. Will be similar in length to the ones that currently exist. So basically double the amount of time that we currently have in there. So if each course now is between an hour and a half and 2 hours, you're talking about like, so we got 4 courses. We're going to say an hour and a half each. So we're talking about like 6 hours worth of content. So at the end of it, we'll probably have around 9 to 12 hours worth of content, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let me take a look at Diego's question. I did want to get a little clarification from my team before I brought this one up. But we certainly do want to address it. So he says, hey guys, around 2 weeks ago, I bought the AI Driven Dev Insider Plus workshop. It was a bit more expensive than the current price, and it looks like it has fewer benefits. So Diego, what my team is telling me is that there's probably some kind of misunderstanding here. Our Insiders Pass, you should have a better deal with that. You get the future updates and the new courses, and the only plan that is cheaper than what you got with the AI Insiders Pass is the starter plan, which doesn't include the full 7 course spread. So it is still the cheapest plan, and you get everything inside of the complete inside of that complete package. All of our insiders get. And if you have any more questions on that in particular, please email us, email the support staff, and we'll make sure that we clear everything over there. We certainly want to be, fair with what we're offering, and we think we have on our side. We just want to, make sure that that everything's clear about what you get. But yes, thank you to my teammate Mustafa, who behind the scenes was doing a little research for me, making sure I answered that correctly. Okay. I do see. It's fun to make random noises on live streams, by the way. If you haven't had the opportunity, highly recommend. So it looks like we do have one mention in here of some technical issue, do reach out to our support team with any technical issues you might have. Got a hey everyone from Compute SDK. Hey, Compute SDK. Oh, and hello, hello from Hey Garrison. So this is one of our instructors for course number 3. He takes you through that kind of automated way of using AI. I'm very glad to have you here, Garrison. All right. Well, thank you all so very much for your time and attention. I hope this was a great little insight into what you will be getting if you decide to purchase the AIDD Masterclass. If you have anything that comes to mind after we end the stream in just a moment. Oh, I got one more. Got a hi from Raya. Hey, Raya. If you have any more questions that you need answers to before you decide to buy, definitely reach out to our support team. And of course, if you decide to buy and it ends up not being, what you want, we do have that 30-day money back guarantee, but we're pretty sure you're not going to need it. This is some really high quality content made from developers who are actually utilizing AI in their everyday workflows and getting faster and getting better results because of it. And we don't think there's any other, we don't think there's any better way to teach such content than just learning from experience. And that's what we've done in this course. Okay, Garrison has one quick, very random question. He says, do you like Alabama white barbecue sauce? For those who do not know, I am from Alabama within the United States. Barbecue, which means a very particular thing here. It's not just meat on the grill. It's meat with some very kind of specific sauces, barbecue sauces. No, I'm not a big fan of white barbecue sauce. I like my barbecue sauce brown like it should be. All right. Thanks for that, Garrison. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Y'all have a wonderful day. Remember, AIDD.io, the sale is for a very limited time. Those perks are limited. Of course, you get all that content forever. We're always going to be making more. It's always going to be, up to date, but you can only get it for this low price today. So make sure you go on over to AIDD.io. That is this beautiful website right here that our design team so thoughtfully cared for and curated. Go over there to AIDD.io and join today. Y'all take care. Have a good one.